Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into the video. As always, thank you very much for supporting the Mr. Troy Hunter channel. This is Troy here. What you see before you is all kinds of various images that I found on Google that has to do with the horrible tornado that happened in Moore, Oklahoma. And my hearts and prayers, and best wishes go out to everybody that's affected with this. But it got me thinking about preparedness and SHTF and kids and things like that. And kids are the most precious things out there. And my kids are older. They're 18 and 21. But still they're precious. No matter how old they are. And but especially the young ones. That's where it really gets you. It really comes home and it gets you at the heart when something happens to them. But thank goodness that the death tolls are not as high as they originally said. But when you lose one person, it's just bad enough. But so, like I said, it got to me thinking about preparedness, SHTF. So this is an SHTF situation. But of course, they had plenty of help, and people were there, helping right away. And before even the first responders, the town are helping out, and that's fantastic. But what I wanted to talk about is having a plan in place, especially in a situation like this where cell phone towers out, no communication whatsoever, and when a family is separated, if you have a family of 3, 4, 5, whatever, kids are at school, or they're at a ball game, or they're at, if it's on the weekend or nighttime, they're at a movies, they're at a friend's house. So if you have 2 kids and one of them are at a friend's house and one of them's at the movie, dad's still working or whatever, or playing golf, and mom's at home or whatever, and then something like this happens, there's no communication. Where are you supposed to meet at? Well, of course, you automatically think everybody's going to come home. Well, if the person's injured, or the roads are not passable, and you can't get there like this, some of the roads might be passable, and like I said, if none of the communications are working, then of course you might set up that if you can't meet at the house, try to get to Aunt Mary's house or Uncle John's house or whatever, or another friend's house, or a meeting place that's in public, like the gas station, on whatever street, or whatever place that would be, to set up to where that if they can't make it home because they can't get there for some reason, that they will meet at that certain place, and you can set up a time. If the disaster happened and they don't show up within an hour at the 7-Eleven, then within the next hour they should try to go to Uncle John's house or whatever. But you have to have some type of plan to be able to get the family back together if there's no communication, and it needs to be more than one place set up. Number 1 would be home, or number 2 would be Uncle John's house, or and so forth and so on. And I think that's a really good thing to do. Another thing that comes to mind during something like this is you see tons and tons of videos about bug out bags, and that's in a really bad situation. But this comes to mind that how this would have helped for a lot of people who have a get home bag or just a carry bag in their car. Flashlights came in handy when it was still gray outside, and people were looking under rubble in buildings, and trying to find help find people. Maps can help out too as well. But another thing that really came to mind too as well, a lot of people were saying since there was so much damage and there was so much debris and street signs were gone, they didn't know which street was which street, and the streets were full of cars that were turned over, and just a mess. So it comes to mind that people really should think about having GPS for coordinates to be and to be able to find their way around. Also to have some water in that get home bag, and some snacks. And even thinking about when we're saying communication, some two-way radios, the ones that can go, what is it, 5 or 10 miles or whatever, and know that you can turn it on and hopefully get a hold of one of your family members. So, that's a few things to think about, to give a peace of mind and a plan to be able to find your family members when you're split up. And there goes my screen again. To be able to find your family members when they're split up, or be able to find your way, around town. If there's if the shit hits the fan like this, and you can't tell the streets from one another because all the street signs are down, and they're all muddy and things like that. That's I just wanted to put that out there. Make some plans with your family. You don't want to scare them or anything, but it's just it's a peace of mind to have if you have some type of plan set, that you have somewhere to meet, in more than one place. If, like I said, if somebody can't get to that place because the roads are closed or something like that, and communication is down, and to have some type of just a small bag in the car that you carry with you, that you have, maybe a GPS and or a little bit of water and food. You don't have to go crazy and have all kinds of stuff, and a small medical kit and things like that. Maybe some dry clothes, but I wouldn't make it too huge. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate everybody's support for the channel. Please let me know in the comments what you think about the video. Leave a thumbs up if you do like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.